And now Danny Weiss and John Grant from Asbury Park. Danny, John.
Good afternoon. My name is Danny Weiss. This is my partner, John Grant. And this is our story. In May of 2009, we had our civil union here in New Jersey, expecting that we would be protected by the law. On October 11th, 2010, John, like hundreds of thousands of other people, commuted out of state to New York for his job. John used to be the controller for the Michael J. Fox Foundation for Parkinson's Research. He devoted his entire professional career towards helping others find a cure for a horrible disease. That evening, on October 11th, there was a horrible apocalyptic storm. And I received the worst telephone call that anybody could ever think of receiving. The NYPD called me, telling me that John had just been struck by a car while crossing the street, and that I should rush to Bellevue Hospital. Luckily, I was a few minutes away. When I got there, I found out immediately that John had multiple fractures in his face. His skull was shattered. He was hemorrhaging in his brain, and they didn't know if he was going to make it into surgery for his craniotomy. Immediately, the questions started with regard to the nature of our relationship. And I explained, as it was almost midnight, that we had a civil union in New Jersey. At every level, from hospital administrators to nurses to a neurosurgeon, nobody understood what a civil union was. At that point, one of the neurosurgeons explained to me that they immediately needed a real relative to get to the hospital because they needed authorization to be signed for John's craniotomy. His sister, who was almost 4 hours away in Delaware, was the closest relative that we had. And so in the middle of this same apocalyptic storm that almost killed John, his sister then got in the car, a mother of 2 young girls herself, and was driving in the middle of the night alone in this same apocalyptic storm because I didn't have enough to worry about at that time. Over the course of the next few hours, we waited. She finally got there and John was immediately rushed into surgery. Hours later, I was able to contact the CEO of the Michael J. Fox Foundation, and I obtained John's insurance information because the hospital needed the information and I was not allowed to access his wallet because I was not considered his spouse. For all intents and purposes, a civil union was completely worthless in New York. It was as if I was trying or attempting to use counterfeit currency. It just was not accepted. And over the ensuing weeks and months, I handed out what must have been close to about 9 or 10 healthcare proxies, because that was the only thing that was recognized by hospitals, not only in New York, but also once we eventually were able to get John back to New Jersey. And so, I'm here to tell all of you that there is no indignity worse than trying to help your loved one and the person to whom you've committed your life, only to be told that words do matter. And that despite everything we had done under New Jersey law, we were not recognized. So, thank you for listening to our story. And we hope that there will be a change in the law so that there will be marriage equality. And we'd like to thank everybody on both sides of the concourse. Thank you very much.